Okay. All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Thanks for being here tonight. We are really excited to share with you something that we are just really passionate about sharing because it has changed our lives. And it's something that I think a lot of people don't know enough about. And everyone really needs to take a look at because everyone needs something right now. So I am with two of the people that I am incredibly grateful to get to work with and hang out with. And I'd like to have them introduce themselves. We've got Angel Chandler here. Angel is an incredible, brilliant speaker and trainer. She's worked with the best trainers in the industry. She's become a very, very dear friend. And I also have Paul Capozio. Paul is a brilliant businessman. This is his first time in the industry of network marketing. He has built a $1.5 billion staffing business. He's a Wall Street guy, and he took a look at this and said, "Hey, there's something special going on here." Got after he tried some incredible products, and he's one of the top earners in the industry. So, you guys, I'd love for you to tell just a little bit about yourself. Well, Angel, if you wouldn't mind going first.
For sure. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to seem so disinterested in the beginning. We're sharing on our own profiles, guys. This is what marketing is. So Paul and I were taking the time to share on our own. Peg, I absolutely adore you. I'm so excited to be here. I am so grateful to be partnered with you in business. You've been just a joy to get to know, quickly become one of my best friends. Can't wait to spend 4 days with you in Jamaica. So I'm super excited about that. For those of you who don't know me, I am Angel Chandler. I live in Winnipeg, Canada. I am a formal legal professional for 15 years, turned network marketer. I found this profession when I was a stay-at-home mom. A friend introduced me to a health product. I totally loved it, asked if I could do the business, recruited myself, and fell in love with this industry, not just because of what the income possibilities were and what we could do with the products, but because of the mindset training and the whole personal development, the whole journey, the mentorship, all of that. And now fast forward 12 years later, I've been a single mom of two full-time for the last 8 years. This is what I do full-time now. And I'm using this as an example for them to show them a different way of living, a different way of thinking, a different way of doing, but also now putting my full time into blessing others, helping others deliver that dream of hope for people, especially in this time. And so I'm really excited with what we have to offer and what we're going to talk about tonight. And, I love the both of you. So I'll pass it over to Paul Capozio.
Oh, thank you, Angel Chandler and Peg Tucker. So, look, I'm not going to go and try to give you a whole dog and pony show. I want to just tell you two things. Number one, when I first looked at this stuff, or it was presented to me year after year after year, I was the biggest skeptic. I said no, probably 10 years straight to people that were making literally millions of dollars in the industry. And now I'm doing that. I said no for way too long. I did not understand the concept. I wouldn't listen to it. I was going under all the preconceived notions that many of you have said or repeated or heard your father say or your uncle say or your best friend tell you, or what people say, I lost millions in that thing. Well, somebody who's never made millions can't lose millions, especially when they're selling some protein shake or something. But once I took a look and I realized that there are people that are looking for opportunities, and some people are looking for really big opportunities, and some people are looking for these small opportunities. It's all built into one. You could literally take what we're going to talk about tonight and you could scale it. And what we're going to really try to do tonight is help you determine what's right for you. What are the things to look for? What are the things that you should, because I think a lot of people make an emotional decision. Their best girlfriend just joined this thing and she's selling eyelashes or nails, stick-on nails or something. And it's so, we're going to work on it together and it's going to be so much fun. Girls, I love you, but that's not a way to make a decision on how you're going to potentially feed your family or to potentially leave a legacy income for them. Yes, it's great to work with people you love. But what's funny is you learn to love the people who love what you love. You learn to get close to the people who are striving the same way you're striving. So you develop so many new and wonderful relationships like I have with these two beautiful women here. And I will tell you that it's not an emotional decision. It's got to be a practical decision. And we're going to show you tonight exactly how to make that practical decision. And guess what? The decision you make might not be the same one we made with the same company we partnered with, but at least you'll have the tools and we could all sleep at night knowing we gave you real good information. And we're trying to sell you the steak, not just the sizzle or the smell of it, because I see that so much in this industry. And people will tell you that I'm the black sheep of network marketing. I don't do it the same way. I don't talk the same way, and I just realized that you can make as much money as you want, and you don't have to lie to people. You don't have to have imposter syndrome. All you need to do is show people what you have. And if it's good enough and strong enough, and it hits these points we're going to make with you tonight, the decision is pretty much automatic. The rest is up to them. Do they really, really want to do something, or they just really want to pretend to be a boss babe? So, Peg, I'm going to hand it back to you, and we'll get started.
Thank you, Paul. I'm going to share my screen here, so bear with me for 1 sec. And there we go. So I loved what both of you said, talking about, offering people hope and helping people who are looking for something right now. And it can be an emotional decision, right? So
Sure.
we really want to help you tonight. There's all these eggs out there, and there are golden eggs, right? There's so many companies, there's so many options, so many opportunities that are coming at you. And how do you make the right decision? So we have 5 pillars that we really feel are the most important thing to look for when you're looking for an income, for it to be truly profitable, right? And the first one is perfect timing. And then you've got to have a unique product. You don't want to be competing with everyone else. You don't want to be competing with Walmart and CVS and Amazon. You want leadership. You don't want to be joining someone who is going to be gone the next day, right? You want people who have been there, who have done that, who know what they're doing, and who are achieving success. This is what I love about doing this. You get to hang around with people who are achieving success. The conversation is different when you do. And you want a compensation plan that pays, that doesn't have loopholes and gotchas and loops that you have to jump through, that you wake up at the first of the month and you're a nightmare because everything's back to zero. And then you want a company with vision. You want a company that aligns with your values. So the first thing we want to take a look at is timing. Right? What is the perfect timing? What does that mean in a home business? So, Angel, I would love if you would share from your perspective.
For sure. And I love, what you and Paul both shared, that this is for anybody. It doesn't mean that we're trying to get you into what we're doing. We're not trying to say, sign up with us and join with us. If you choose to do that afterwards, awesome. But if not, this is something that I wish I would have known, all 5 of these things. So really, if you're watching this, get out your pen and paper and take some notes, because this is exactly what you need to look for. The emotional feeling, like Paul said, of, oh my gosh, my best friend's doing this. That's exactly why I joined my first company. And ask me how much money I made. I didn't. I lost a lot of money. So you don't want to be in that situation. So understanding these things and learning from our expertise, our experience in this, our journey in this. Paul has had 6 years with one company and created multi-7-figure income here, right? I've been over the years to create a 6-figure income with network marketing, done really well in some companies and done horribly in others. So really, honestly, take a look at this and really let this absorb. And when you're deciding who you're going to partner with, you are the most valuable part of the equation. Right? You don't need to feel like you're down here and everything else is up here. You're actually up here, and you get to decide, just like anything else, who you're going to join and who is going to get your time and energy, who you're going to partner with and represent, who you're going to decide to say, I'm partnered with this company because I believe in it. I see this value in it. I'm excited about it. And it is really your brand, right? So start to think that way. So when we talk about perfect timing, we are hearing a lot, we're seeing a lot right now, people jumping into new things. And oh my gosh, here's the next new thing. And I'm bringing over all these people, and you got to join this and join this. And all of these people are bombarding your inbox. And that's not where you want to be. I've been there before. I've been with brand new companies. I've been at the top to the company. Guess what? You got to create all the tools. You got to go through all the hardships of the company. You got to go through all the learning curves, all the problems, everything. You don't want that. If you want to plug into something where you can actually create some success, you want to look elsewhere. If you want something that you have to grow with for 10 years and, just stick it through, then sure, that might be exciting if they last, because what we see is that most companies do not last. So ground floor, although it may sound like an exciting term, is not where you want to be. You want to check and see, is the company established and successful already? Check out their timing. Where are they at? Where we're at right now with our company is a company that's about to hit $1 billion this year, sold 900 million units of a certain product, but nobody knows about it. That's why we chose to be here, right? So that's a totally different situation. Where is your potential in this company? What piece of the pie can you take with this timing? Are you hitting pre-momentum? Are you going to hit that really slick spot where you just get to enjoy that ride? There's going to be ups and downs, but it's fun. Right? Do you want to be in that spot, or do you want to struggle? Or do you want to come in and be, distributor number 2,500,000, and there's already 15 of you on your own street and you're all competing? What are the annual sales? Take a look at that. Are people buying the products? We're going to get into products, but are people buying them? And is there room for your own growth? What is your vision with this company? Where can you go? Can you see yourself rank advancing? Can you see yourself becoming one of the, top members in the company, actually being shoulder to shoulder with corporate? Can you see that kind of thing happening? That's a place you want to take a strong foothold in. I'll pass it back to you, Peg.
Thank you. And both of you, please, if you've got something you want to add in, please just unmute and add, because these are such important topics. And I loved what you said, Angel. There's so much to think about with timing. There's so, and there's so many people saying when they're in a business, this is the perfect timing, right? Because it's ground floor, it's brand new, like you said. It's and we've been through that, right? Paul, you're muted.
Or when people say, get in, grab your spot, and let's see what happens. Nobody wants to start a business to see what happens. Make sure when you're going into some slick opportunities that you're not the opportunity for someone else. And it happens all the time.
So true. So true. Thank you. So this is a little more, Paul, actually, if you wouldn't mind taking this slide, this is a little more about the timing of what's going on in our world right now.
Right. So Angel talked about the timing of where the company is at, the positioning, the timing of getting in, make sure the company's not too weak, but it's not so strong that the opportunity has already left the building, right? Elvis has left the building. But another part of timing is, where is the economy at that time? And network marketing, and that's what we're talking about here, network marketing. And truly, if you think that's a dirty word, you got work to do. Even if you don't join a network marketing company, it's probably one of the best opportunities out there for the least amount of money. It's a very, very low risk, high reward potential. But the economy right now, right? Do you know that people with the worst credit are actually the people that have the most credit card debt? It's really technically unfair, but the recession is here right now. Go buy bacon, go buy eggs. An egg farm today, we're recording this on 5/30/2024. Okay, a huge chicken and egg farm just burned down to the ground. We're going to see and then they had a bird flu outbreak in another chicken farm. They had to kill over 1 million chickens there. Watch what happens to the price of eggs on top of inflation with things that are going on right now. So the cost of living is rising. There's a ton of economic uncertainty. The jobs are being automated, AI, healthcare expenses are going through the roof. So here's what I want to tell you. This industry can help you outpace inflation. Forget about being a millionaire and a 7-figure, 8-figure earner. That will happen over time if you take this business seriously. But to be able to outpace inflation, that when you go up to the gas pump, you're going to get mad at the price, but you're not going to worry about paying it. Imagine just an extra $100, an extra $200 with that. So understand that when the economy is bad, people are looking for these options. The pain gets so great of what they're experiencing out in the world that pain now is greater than, oh, I don't think I want to do network marketing. Oh, I don't know if I want to sell anything. And by the way, guys, we have solutions and systems for all of that. I don't sell anything. My brother's not in the business. My cousin's not in the business. In fact, the women you see here right now are people that were complete strangers to me before this opportunity. And that's where the opportunity lies. And we'll get into more of that when you learn about how we train and coach, because when we get into the leadership section. So Peg, really, the economy is probably the biggest catalyst.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And I love what you said too, Paul, about, let me just go back to that. The fact that I can now fill my gas at the pump without getting upset. I can't imagine.
Oh, I get upset, Peg, but I still do, but it doesn't matter.
But I don't get disturbed.
Right.
I don't get like, okay, now what am I not going to be able to pay for because I just filled my
Right.
tank?
If you're having a barbecue and the steaks are $27 a pound, but you really want to have a ribeye, you're just going to go and say, wow, ribeyes are $27 a pound. Okay, you better only give me 4, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Yeah. Instead of we'll have liverwurst.
right,
Um,
exactly. I like the
So the next thing is product, right? And I think it's really there's always something. Maybe we're not at the end of the. I mean, I do look at what I do as selling because I'm representing something. I'm helping to connect someone with a product or a service. So there's so much to look at in that, and I would love to hear from both of you because you've been representing different things in your lifetime, in your professional life, and what is there to look at in what you're representing as far as a product?
Angel, why don't you go? Ladies first.
Okay. Angel, you're muted. Sorry, I jumped.
Angel just gave out tonight's winning lottery numbers. I'm sorry you guys didn't hear it.
I did. Sorry, it was a glitch. I'm not going to go over every single note here. I'm going to talk just more from the heart of what a unique product line meant to me. Having been in the profession for 12 years, I was out for a couple of years. If I'm going to be completely honest, I was done. I had a company fall apart, and then I got into a couple of ground floor opportunities, and I just got tired of it. I didn't want to rebuild. I didn't want to do this anymore. Unique product line to me means I don't have competition. I don't have somebody that I'm trying to prove to why my product is better than theirs or better than their friends that they're selling from or better than Amazon or why my product's more expensive than the one on Amazon and going through that whole conversation. I was just done with it. So if you can find a unique product line that doesn't have competition, that doesn't, that is its own standalone category creating product, that's huge. And when you see testimonials for that product, if you can share testimonials that are working and people can visually see, oh my gosh, like Peg herself in our company has an outstanding testimony that we share every single time we talk about our company and our products. We share Peg's visual because it looks like a facelift over 4 years. The one that we share is a 4 years. She's got a 6-year example. Is it consumable? Of course, you want to make sure that people are going to continue to buy it. If you're on a weight loss train here, or you're, in a company with a weight loss product, we know all people fall off of their weight loss programs. You have to end up being a coach that is sitting there and trying to motivate people. I don't want to have to motivate people. I want to be able to deliver a product to people that's getting them results. It becomes a lifestyle product. I can deliver alternative products to them that benefit and complement a product or complement what they need and solutions that they need to solve. It has to stand out for me. And that's why when I talked to Paul, what we're in now stood out to me because it was like, oh, this is different. This isn't something I've already done and tried and, tried to spin the whole marketing angle on what we're doing and how we're doing it. This is unique. So you have to look for that, and especially right now, because so many people are trying to spin a product that has so much so much competition, and they're trying to spin their angle on it, but it's like you see right through it. And it's like, I know I could go to Amazon and buy that for half the price. So please convince me as to why I need to buy this from you, right? So that's my take on unique product. Go ahead, Paul.
No, I think it's the same thing, right? If you're getting in and you're evaluating a company or your friend is selling something and you could find a comparable product, even at the same price on Amazon, the sheer convenience and the habit is going to make it difficult for you to grow the business. That's just the truth. You cannot, the company we all chose, we're all in one company. We're not going to promote the company tonight, but we're going to tell you the reason why, one of the biggest reasons why we chose it is because you can't buy the product anywhere else. There's no competing product. There's no discount version of the product. It is the only one of its kind. And then when we start to get into other lines, and we do have some weight loss stuff and we have some other stuff, they're very, very, very unique, right? That you're not going to find anywhere. They work completely differently. Also, she talked about the testimonials. Peg has one of the greatest testimonials. That's the proof that's in the pudding. So you could have this great flash and we got this product and it works great and it's amazing and everybody loves it. Without testimonial proof, you have the wow factor, but you don't have the proof factor. And that's why testimonials are critical. We have tens of thousands of testimonials. So make sure what you're looking at has testimonial proof, social proof that the products work for 97% of the people. not 50%, not 30%. Every time you do that, you say, well, I'll find the 30% of the people who are looking for it, makes your job difficult. Nobody wants another job. You want another opportunity. The other thing is, who is your competition, right? If you're in cosmetics or you're in certain types of weight loss or meal replacement or whatever, there's a lot of competition, right? So you want to make your job easier. Yes, a lot of people use it. I use protein shakes. I use certain types of face cleansers and stuff like that, right? But it's very, very difficult it's not about you. You could be the greatest salesman ever, but you're trying to recruit a team of people who are looking to make a side income. You don't want it tough for them. Otherwise, your team will never expand. You worry about why your team is never growing. If you're a network marketer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The other thing is creating residual or passive income. Everybody talks about that. Let me tell you where the residual and passive income is built. When your team is big enough and strong enough that it could survive without you. Peg, what did I tell you in the very early on? I can't wait until you fire me. I want you to be able to fire me. That means the team is becoming self-sufficient. That's where you build residual and passive income. The company's not just going to give it to you. It's a volume-based plan. Also, is it filling a need in the marketplace? We happen to be in the hormone health space. So the hormone health space happens to have the largest growth potential than anything in health and wellness right now, up to about $35 billion in the US alone. It's going to grow over the next 8 years. So make sure what is the flight path of the company or the products that company is selling, so you know there's going to be a greater demand whether you do something or not without you, right? And how long are people using the product? 20 years, 15 years, a year and a half, 2 years with a new product is not long enough for people to feel confident, because you're going to have people who are going to be negative Nellies and, well, let me see how it works and how it works for me, and then I'll talk to other people. But when you have 20-year track record, like some of the products that we have, or maybe some of these other great companies, there's some great companies. I have friends that are equal or greater in leadership in other companies than I am in mine, and they have really good, long-lasting products too. I'm done with this slide, Peg.
Okay. What you both said about competition, that's one of the things that I really like, to not have that competition, to have to talk someone into using my product over what they're already using, or over what they can buy somewhere else. Because then for me, it is just letting them know about something, and it's sharing information about it. It doesn't feel like selling.
Yeah, it's not a brag. We're talking about making your life easier. Yeah. Right? To have to come up with all these great cliche buzz lines and all of these things to defend yourself is not what you signed up for. You signed up for a simple, duplicatable business model, right, that has the potential for growth. That's what you're looking for. Everything else is just hype and sizzle and smelling the steak without ever getting to eat it.
So the next thing we want to talk about is leadership, and I'm going to ask Angel to speak about this, because she's had some great leaders in this industry, and I just want to say right here that this is my leadership team, right? These people that I get to work with. So it's really extraordinary. Something I've never experienced before. They push me. We kid with each other. We have a great time. We have a lot of fun, for sure. But they also help me to expand my comfort zone, is the way I look at it. So Angel, I'd love to hear about leadership from your perspective.
For sure. This is key for me, because as I shared earlier, when I first joined, I had no leadership. My friend, as dear as she was, and God bless her for sharing this with me, she had no idea what she was doing. We had no upline. I was on a dead leg, as they call it, if you know anything about network marketing. So I didn't have leadership. I really had to go out and find that for myself. I searched mentors, leadership, wisdom everywhere I could. I consumed as much as I possibly could. If you're new to this, or maybe you've been in network marketing for a while and you haven't had that leadership, this is one of the key components. That's why it's pillar number 3, to really looking at who you're joining. Who is going to partner with you? How are they going to direct you? How are they going to show you their systems and strategies? Do they have them? Do they actually have a system for you to follow? Or are you just a number? Because right now, just as Paul said, you are the opportunity to a lot of people. You're just a number coming in, making them a check so they can bounce and go somewhere else again. And that's what we're seeing happen. It's unfortunate. I can't believe people are doing that to people, but that's what's happening. You need leadership, and you need leadership that has planted their flag and said, I'm here with this company and this is why. And I'm not going anywhere. And I'm going to build this team, and I'm going to help you. I'm going to partner with you, and I'm going to lock arms with you and show you the systems and strategies to help you build a business. And if you know you can get that from them, if you have their phone number to text them, you can message them, you can be on WhatsApp with them, you've got good leadership. If they're training you every single week, they're giving you direction, they're there showing you and giving you more and more and more and pouring out. Servant leadership is what you want to look for. I've had leaders, I'll call them, before, where they're, top leaders in the profession. They're celebrated. They're doing courses. They're so amazing. And when I reached out to them and said, hey, I just need help with a cold market script. I want to call real estate agents. I've got a list of over 60 of them. Can you help me with it? And the response was, I'll help you when you show me that you've had some results with those people. Do it on your own and show me you want this. And I was like, no, no, thank you. You want leaders who treat their team like the best customers that they have, like the best people that they could possibly partner with, that you are treasure to them, that your dreams matter, your hopes matter, your goals matter. They should care more about where you want to go sometimes than what you see yourself doing. They see more in you than you do. And if you can find leaders like that, then that is a great place to partner, because you know that you can be led down that path to success. You can get there. They've had success. They're going to show you. That's what you need. Paul, I'll pass it to you.
Yeah, I'm really just going to tell you that everything Angel said, ditto. You got to find the right people who are willing to work. There's this VIP velvet rope syndrome where some of these leaders. Yeah, I just read a thing in a forum on Facebook where this top network marketing multimillionaire leader goes to his events with security so the people can't get to him. Are you kidding me? I go to events so people can get to me. I will be in Jamaica. And I know that's a time, not only just for my team to get to me and have a drink with me, it's going to be other teams in our company. They're like, Paul, I always wanted to talk about this or that. And it's a much more relaxed atmosphere. And that may, through the law of attraction, help their business, but in turn, it's just going to help mine. There's an abundance mindset you have to have, number one. Number two, if you're not that person, don't get into the business, because every time you get into this right now, you're auditioning for leadership. Every time you speak, even if you never sold a darn thing or you haven't even signed up with your company yet, every time you speak, you're auditioning for leadership, and you have to become a better person each single time. The only way this business grows, honestly, and you look at all the leaders that have had teams for years and not rebuilding and going somewhere else every year or so, is they're really engaged with their teams. Now, does that mean we're going to put up with nonsense? Of course not. A leader's not going to put up with nonsense, but he's also going to work with you first, because hopefully he's coached his other previous people to a level where they don't need you 24/7. But that new person really does, to be guided, and that's and show them the system. So, Peg, I think we should move on, because I don't want to run too long, and Angel just really crushed that one. So
no, you both did, and you both crush it as leaders every day, every single day. And I just want to say, if you are already in the network marketing profession and you're getting value out of this, drop a 1. And if you've been thinking about it, if you're kind of toying with the idea and this 5 pillars thing is a whole new thing to you, drop a 5 in the comments. So 1 if you're in network marketing, 5 if you're looking. We want to know who's watching and how we're serving you, and if you're getting value out of this. So the 4th pillar that we want to talk about is compensation, because it is a business. We are here to make money, right? We are here to help people, but we are also here to help other people to make money too. And that's a really big part of it. It's not about it's not about your check, right? It's about your team's check. And Paul, you speak so well to this, so I'd love to hear your perspective.
Sure. And I love when I looked at this being a Wall Street guy and I saw compensation plans in network marketing companies. And look, they say we got the best plan. Who's got the best plan? Guys, the plan has to work for you. One of the biggest challenges that new people have that have never done network marketing, or even people that have been in there, I've spoken to top leaders about their comp plan, and I get off the phone and said, he has no idea how his comp plan works. So it's not necessary. You could be a 6-figure earner without even understanding how the comp plan works. But if you get to learn to love it, you'll be able to maximize it and get every last penny out of it. Because the companies are really generous if you figure out the comp plan. You got to make sure before you join where the pitfalls are in a compensation plan based on the way you are going to market your business. Now, and this is what I'm going to tell you. Peg, I don't know if you could put up the graphic, but we also coach and train individually people that is completely agnostic. We don't push our company at all. Go to lionprideacademy.com. You'll see Peg is part of the Lion's Pride. She's one of our lionesses, and she teaches social media. And you can go in there and steal all her best TikTok tips, how she's gotten 2 million views or whatever it is. And I don't even understand half of that stuff. But I will tell you this. When I first met Peg, this is the God's honest truth, and we started working together, she wouldn't even put her video camera on for a Zoom call. Now I want you to go on Peg's channels and TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, and you go see. So if you feel you're an introvert, and I know we're supposed to talk about comp plan, but if you can't build the business or you can't become a different person, the comp plan's never going to matter. Also, text Peg to 732-913-8581, and she's going to give you a ton of information to get on our mailing list. She doesn't overdo it, but guys, this is why we're here. We're here to tell you we do 2 things. Yes, we're network marketers, but 2, we have Lion Pride Academy, which is purely agnostic. We're endorsed by master distributors from other companies. So, and we'll let you see all of that, but you could learn more about Peg. You could hear Angel train. You could hear me train. Go in there and steal as much as you can and become as good as you can. Now, how many ways can you get paid in your comp plan? People can say, why can't I just sell something to make money? You're cheating yourself if you don't have multiple ways to get paid in the comp plan. Whether it's a binary or unilevel, doesn't matter. There has to be multiple ways to get paid as you're building this large organization like mine that stretches from New Jersey to Florida to California to Korea to Australia, New Zealand, and Papua New Guinea, and you name it. Is the compensation plan generous? What percentage do they say they're paying out? And what percentage actually goes out? Okay, my particular company happens to pay out 50%, and I know it does because they've actually gone over and paid up to 51 to 52%, and they're trying to figure out how to figure that out. But I will tell you that a lot of compensations plan will say they pay in at 35%, they average 13 to 18%. So there's things you got to really watch out for. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to sell something for $100 and you're going to make $50. What it means is $50 on a 50% compensation plan goes into that whole team thing. You got to make sure the closer you are to the transaction, the more money you make. The further away, the less you're going to make. But that's why the whole idea is building a team. Imagine making like 15 cents a transaction on a team of 90,000 people, because that's what happens in network marketing. Understand just the basics of the compensation plan. So when you're getting started, worry about the first ways you can make money. Don't worry about you want to make sure they're good and they're generous, but don't worry about what happens when you have a team of 1,000. Worry about, how do I make money today? It's usually in the retail commission side of it, and it's signing people up. You got to make sure that you could hit your number, or at least make the money back from what you spent relatively quickly by either selling product or signing people up. The rest happens after your team grows in any compensation plan. Now, is it volume-based or performance-based? Volume-based is purely whatever gets sold, you make money on. If you have some of these performance-based plans, and let's say, Angel and Peg sponsored me, and they're making really good money because I'm working really hard in a performance-based plan, and then I drop out of my rank or my qualification or whatever, and their check goes down. That's really, really, really dangerous, because you have to worry about yourself and other people. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't focus on their check first. And one of the things, Peg, you can go to the next slide. One of the things with the compensation plan is you should make sure that you're building other people's paycheck. In any comp plan, if you build somebody else's check, especially in a binary, okay, somebody else's check, you'd never have to worry about your check. Oh, I don't know who's going to take this one, even though I'm in the picture.
I would. I'd love to hear from both of you on this, because I know, Angel, you've had experience with other companies, and I think as in a team, everything trickles down from the top, right? And I think that energy, and you attract what you are. And I think that we have experienced that we attract what we are and we repel what we are not, right? So I would love to hear from both of you on this, and then I'd love for Angel, for you to close us out. So I'm gonna if you wouldn't mind going first, Angel.
Sure, absolutely. I think company vision is so important. And this is something that if you, especially if you're brand new and taking a look at a home business and a friend is sharing a product with you, this might be one of the last things you're even considering or thinking about. And it could come as a realization years later, as it did for me, that where the company is, who the corporate team is, what is their vision, what is their plan? Are they planning on sticking around? What is their commitment to their distributors? What is their commitment to the compensation plan, which is one that I got hit with? Who are they? Who are they, and what do they stand for? As much as you want to be partnered with product and leadership and all of that and a great compensation plan, you need to know that your corporate team has your back and that they plan on sticking around, and that their heart is in this profession, that their heart is with their distributors. So for me, that was a lesson hard learned. Absolutely. And I learned to ask for conversations with the corporate team. Once I was, making a decision to join something, I really want to know who is at the head of the company, because really that's who represents the company. We are as distributors represent the products and represent the opportunity, but who actually is the face of the company and the voice of the company and the vision of the company. So that's something you do want to look into. And you may be like, oh my gosh, now I can't make a decision quickly. Good. Maybe take some time to make your decision. Take some time to do some research. Even back when I was brand new, I spent 7 nights nonstop. I'd put my son to bed and I'd be up from like 1 o'clock until 3 o'clock researching network marketing, because I didn't want to be a network marketer. I did not want to do it. I couldn't believe that I was going to become one of those people and I wouldn't have it, right? But then once I did my research and realized what this whole profession had to offer and who the people were, I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the dreams and the stories and the coming from the ground, like the bottom to the top, that I heard from so many people and stories that I resonated with. So get to know your corporate team. Get to know your company. Ask some questions. If you're asking questions that people can't answer, that's a huge red flag for me. Go ahead, Paul.
So if your upline, if you're in network marketing right now and your upline is kind of blocking you from meeting people at corporate, be very careful, right? If you don't feel you're worthy of that, what are you talking about? You're building a business. You're creating revenue for this company, right? There's events you can meet with people. Where is the company going, right? What's the vision of the company? And that's something that's real important. Like, really, what's it doing? Is it just throwing out products and seeing what sticks and just telling everybody rah, 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 and having a big annual meeting and you spend $1,000 to $2,000 to get there and you get really excited and you go about and you start to do it all over again? What's the long-term vision of the company? Are they building it to sell it? Is it an exit strategy? And 90% of the companies out there really are building with the term of an exit strategy, sell it to some acquisition group or something, right? Look, they would talk about publicly traded companies, and this is going to get me in trouble with a lot of my other top leader friends. But look, to be honest with you, I'm not crazy about publicly traded network marketing companies, because publicly traded network marketing companies, if I'm a stockholder, I don't want to pay 50% or 30% out in commissions, right? What do you make in real estate commissions? You make a lot less than that in real estate commissions. Car dealers make 10%. So the bottom line is there's things you need to understand and look and mentor. Guys, if you're thinking about joining another company, I promise you, if you talk to me or Angel or Peg and you have no interest in what we're doing, we will still give you the right advice on what to look for, because it's consistent throughout. Is the company consistent with their message? Are they going to weight loss and then weight loss doesn't work and now they're going to some other product and they're going to do some other line of business? Or is it focused on one line and they're pushing through that, and this is the vision and this is the mission statement, right? Now, the last thing I'm going to tell you is the give back. And you don't think it's really that important. And to be honest with you, I tell all my people that join my team, be selfish until you hit a certain rank and worry about yourself. Let me worry about everybody else in the organization. But then there's a time, and last year, the picture right there you see there is this, we're in Costa Rica, and we rebuilt a school and built walls for the school and put TVs, and my team built a soccer field. It looked like a minefield, and we turned it into a soccer field. And believe it or not, if you're going to make a living in this thing and you're going to go, look, everybody at that table is a multiple seven-figure earner. Everybody sitting there is a multiple seven-figure earner. The guy with his arm around me is actually the owner of our company. Develop those relationships with people. Get in touch with the top earners. Believe it or not, the more successful somebody is, the more they're willing to help the new person, right? They tell you the story. If you go into a gym and you go over to the biggest bodybuilder and say, can you show me how to do this? He's going to stop what he's doing and he's going to help you. Right. But if you go to the other guy who's in there, he's got the gloves on and he's got the hat and he's got the right shoes and he's got the right tights and everything, forget it. So what you want to do is you want to get around the people who are really doing it, because what did you say, Angel, about the haters? Something about haters. It's a really good thing.
You're never going to meet a hater who's more successful than you are.
You're never going to meet a hater that's more successful. It's just the God's honest truth. So giving back to community is really going to be something in the future. Don't worry about it now, but make sure that's there for you, because it makes what you're doing way more rewarding than anything. So, Peg, thank you so much for having me on tonight, because it's time for me to shut up and let you women finish out. But thank you so much. If you're watching this thing, take the chance to get to know Peg. Go to her, text Peg to that number that we showed you. Go to Lion Pride Academy, steal some of her things. I think she's got some courses that are going to be showing up there, over time. And that's just getting built out. But steal everything you can to make yourself better.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you so much, both of you. And Angel, I want you to close it out, but I want to let everyone know, if you're interested in learning more about what Paul and Angel and I do, we do a presentation every Wednesday night. The link is right here. We'd love to have you come on. Just take a peek at what we do, and learn a little bit about it. And we love sharing what we do. We love working together. And Angel, I want you to talk about to everyone who's still on and if you're still watching, thank you for still being here, because I have a feeling that you are looking for something. And we can help you with that. And I want Angel to talk to you about what is your dream, right? How can we help you?
I love this topic, Peg. So thank you so much for having us on here, first of all, with you guys. If you're partnering with Peg, you're partnering with one of the top leaders that you possibly can. She's so incredible with her team, so hands-on, so amazing with how she just supports you, is there with you, calls, everything. So Peg, I'm so excited for people who are like, yes, Peg is my person. Yeah, let's talk about dreams. When I first found this, I wasn't dreaming. I was working 12-hour days as a paralegal. Actually, at that time, I was working 5 o'clock till 2 o'clock in the morning, because I was after my maternity leave and I was having to work after my then husband was working, right? Like, I was not dreaming. I was barely sleeping. So for me, when I found this and I saw people sharing a different way of life, and it started to take that ceiling off of my thinking, and I didn't even realize it was there. And I think a lot of people don't. We're just raised to think a certain way, work a certain way, do a certain thing. This is normal. This is average. This is what you do. When you start to live the unaverage, when you start to think out of the box and you start to live a different way, it's actually amazing how opportunity comes to you. When you start to look for opportunity, you find it everywhere. Closed doors open. You start to see things that you never saw before. For me, that first one, quality time, my gosh, like, I can't even explain. 8 years as a single mom full time, I've been able to be present for my kids 24/7, way too much than I should have been. They take advantage of it every single day. I don't even know if they think I work. Like, I have no idea. But isn't that cool that as a single mom, I'm not sitting here going, oh my gosh, I was working 3 jobs and I've never seen my kids grow up. Like, that's what this brings in opportunity and dreams. So whatever that needs to be for you, if it's income, if it's quality time, if it's a little bit more freedom, a little bit more travel, a way to save for college, a way to save for retirement, because everybody's freaked out about the fact that your savings are being drained and what's even going to happen with the banks and all of those conversations that everybody's having. We don't know what's going to happen. So this is one way that I found to have control. And then the funny thing is, once you have the control over what you can control, you don't want to let anybody else ever control it again, right? So you think, we shared this last night when I said, when I would walk into my cubicle at work, when I was a paralegal, nobody ever said to me, hey, Angel, how much do you want to make today? What are your dreams? What are your goals? How can I help you reach that? Right? Meanwhile, we have conversations with our team every single week where we're doing exactly that. What do you guys need help with? What is your goal? How can I help you get there? Let's get people on a Zoom. All of that. That is what you need. So if you are feeling a little bit of excitement or energy, I know the first time I found all of this, I was excited. It was like I was lit up like a Christmas tree. I couldn't believe there was something out there that I had missed out on all that time. And all I've done for the last 12 years has been like, I am so excited that I get to show my kids this way before I learned it. Right? I get to show them the personal development. I get to show them entrepreneurship. I get to show them a different way of life way before I learned it in my life. So if you need to break through some sort of barrier, some sort of block, some sort of, oh my gosh, I'm never going to get out of this, you will, and you can, and you need somebody to probably pull you out a little bit and help you. It takes work, it takes action, it takes commitment, it takes consistency. But what if in 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, you could completely change your life and live a life that you never dreamed of before? Is that not better than hoping and praying and wishing that you win the lottery every single Saturday? You know, that's really the reality of it. So that's what we do. We share this guys, and we love sharing it. And that's why we're so passionate about it. Yes, we have success at it. And that's why we want you to partner with us, because we could show you the way. So, but you know, there's great opportunities out there. And if anything, we hope you got some value from this. Look at those 5 pillars, play this over again if you need to. Take those notes. Look at something you're looking at and say, does this check all those boxes? And if it doesn't check one, even reach out to us and be like, hey, I'm looking at this and it doesn't really check this off. Can you help me with this? We'll help you. That's what we do. Mentorship is key in this profession. So thank you, Peg. This was an awesome night.
Angel, thank you so much. And I do want to close it out now. And I know Paul has something more to say. So Paul, if you wouldn't mind taking us out.
Sure, I'll take you out. But here's the thing I want to tell you. You know, you're looking at this stuff, and I'm gonna plug lionprideacademy.com again, because I'm going to tell you why. Go in there and get the information you need. I'm going to tell you why. So many people get in this business and they buy a book, or you got to get this guy's book and you must read it. And these are people who built the business 30 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Why not go in for free to Lion Pride Academy? Listen to some of our trainings. We're doing this now. I build every single day. I'm in the business right now building, not something I did 10 years ago. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. You could learn some really, really good stuff, really, really good stuff, but you also want to be up to date. You want to be current. Okay. You want to make sure that you're understanding social media and the nuances of all of that. So go to lionprideacademy.com or something like it, where you're going to get up to date information for people who are currently building the business. Okay. We're not selling you a course. In fact, we're getting Peg to do her social media course, and we're forcing her to give it away for free, because we feel that people need that information. And we believe in the law of abundance and that whole law of attraction thing, that if you do it good over here, it'll come back from someone else. So thank you so much. Here's another thing. Listen to the replay. If you're looking for the catch, are we all bad? I mean, really, every one of us is a scammer. Stop with that thinking, because that's only holding you back. I'm going to put my head on the pillow tonight, wake up in the morning, and continue to build my business and be with these lovely ladies in Jamaica in a week and a half. Okay? Don't let that stand in your way, and find out. There's always going to be a challenge. There's always going to be something. But if you're looking for a catch that it's completely opposite of what we're saying, I'm sorry, I'm a little offended by that, because you're calling me a liar. And if you're going to call me a liar, at least do it to my face and let me prove to you that I'm not. Or let Angel prove to you she's not, or Peg prove to you not. Just because that's your limiting beliefs bubbling up, that you're really saying, you know what, if this was real, I don't know if I can do it. And that's okay. Fear is a big, a challenge for some people, but let it be your motivator. So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Give us the chance to either help you build your current business, or take a look at a business that we've selected, that we felt filled all those 5 pillars, and we're having tremendous success at it. Thank you so much, Peg. Again, Angel, great, great, great job. People would be dying to work with you two ladies. Just give them a call.
Thank you so much, both of you. And thank you, everyone, for being on, and we'll see you again. Thank you.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye now.